Thank you. 180 straight days of Clippers talk. Welcome in. Big Bro's looking over at me like, wow. Oh, he gave me a thumbs up. Seems like a sarcastic thumbs up, but it's better than the other finger he typically gives me. So, which you can see on Instagram. Cotton 4K. We'll be back at Intuit Dome for the next 5. I think Big Bro's going to be here for all of them. Let's hope so.
I'll be here.
All right. Not just for these ones, too.
Big games, man. Got to be here.
Yes, sir. Punk's Gone Wrong's in here. Max Vega, best name ever. Oh, shit, we got here. I'm excited, Clipper Nation. It's always fun after a long road trip to get back here. Different vibe. Not that I don't like hanging with Daniel West in the studio. I didn't say that. Why would I be accused of that? So it's a live game. You can't blame me. I got to see it with my own eyes here. Playoffs, play in, whatever. Yeah. All right. There we go. Why not the Clippers is in here? Mio's in here. I don't turn on a radio voice. What do you mean? So I asked Coach Lou a question earlier, guys, pregame. Maybe I'll bring it to you tomorrow. Trying to find the audio for it. Thank you. Ivica Zubats, Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Know that. Make the push. Check, 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 check. All right, guys, about to start here. If that's okay with Big Bro. Thumbs up again. Hasn't flipped me off yet. New record. Oh, it's coming now. Welcome into Clippers Countdown as your 43-32 LA Clippers have returned home to Intuit Dome after a successful 3-1 road trip just to face a team that has been a thorn in their side for years in the New Orleans Pelicans, who may be 21-54 on the season and may have shut down CJ and Zion. But do not be deceived, as the Pelicans seem to always fly high against the Clippers, as whatever voodoo or dark magic New Orleans has consistently gets conjured up against the Clippers. But speaking of magic, the Clips were able to dispel the notion they couldn't win in a tough, grinded out game on the road after a victory in Orlando on Monday. Yes, in a defensive battle, the Clippers came out victors with a 96-87 win over the Orlando Magic, as Kawhi and Norman Powell both had 21. Zoo had 18 and 20 boards, and James Harden had 20 plus 7 steals. Here was Coach Lou postgame on what the key was for his squad in the second half. Now the Clippers need to continue to play really good defense and not let a Pelicans team that always is confident against them get anything easy, being they are a team from the Big Easy. Clippers and New Orleans Pelicans tonight here at Intuit Dome. Coming up here in the pregame show as we're just 60 minutes away from tip-off, you're going to hear from Lauren Rosen. We'll also have B. Shaw on the show. But up next is your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Welcome back in, Clippers. Oh,
Adam was bullying people in the plaza earlier today, guys.
really? Well, I hope there's video of that because otherwise, this false accusation will not stand.
Are you gonna collab with me when I collab with you on Instagram?
Wouldn't what?
You're gonna collab with me on Instagram?
However that works, I'll try.
Then the post is on both of our.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
I think I've done it once before. Yeah.
Jake, Adam's really freaking loud.
Am I?
Can you just have it so I can't hear him at all? That would be good. Perfect. Yeah, thank you so much.
Check, 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 check.
Adam, I can't. I'll just do the pregame. Though. Sorry.
All right, guys. Carlo's in.
Actually, that was my nightmare when that happened last.
Clippers back at the Dome. The Dome is home here at Intuit Dome. I'm Adam Osland. It's the Clippers and Pelicans tonight. Tip-off just 57 minutes away. Coming up, we got assistant coach Brian Shaw on the show. But right now, joining us is your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez.
Hey,
Good to see you, my friend.
Adam, it is so good to see you. You know, dreaming about you is great, but
Oh,
seeing
God.
you in person, so much better. I mean, really, just you are looking amazing today. I am feeling bummed out for the people who are driving in their car and can't look at you right now.
Well, luckily, we have this. We have the feed at YouTube.
Well, but they shouldn't look at that while they're driving.
Clippers talk, not
that
while you're
happen.
driving. Well, look, they can just be a passenger in the car. All right, I'm a passenger right now as this Clippers team is cruising along. They're going 65 down the highway. They have won 11 of their last 14 games after a 96-87 victory over the Orlando Magic on Monday, where the Clippers defense really shined in a battle between two of the top three defenses in the league.
It was excellent in that ball game, holding Orlando to 87 points. Adam, under 40% from the field, under 27% from the three-point line. So just an incredible showing of their defensive strength in that ball game. I think the biggest thing that I took away from that game, Adam, is the Clippers' ability to be able to adjust to that heavy pressure from Orlando, find ways to get the offense going. And then also, you pointed this out earlier on Clips and Dip, which is a great podcast to listen to right after Clippers talk overtime. But 22 shots for Kawhi Leonard on the 82 the Clippers had on the ball game. He is showing that he's number one, and him taking all those shots in a game in which they didn't get much up, huge for the Clips.
Well, he doesn't wear number one. That would be James Harden is
Yeah.
Uno. He's Dos, but it does feel like Kawhi Leonard is really being much more aggressive, looking for his shot, especially to start that fourth quarter where he knocked down a couple immediately. The Clippers needed those to start to get a little bit of separation over the Orlando Magic. But I mentioned James Harden there. Wasn't just his offense in this one. 8 of 19, as many guys struggled overall against that defense, but still hit some big buckets when they needed to. But it was what he did defensively.
Yeah.
James Harden, with the most steals he had in 9 years, was 7 in that one, Carlo.
Huge game defensively from James Harden. You talk about his ability to shut down Paolo Banchero, who I think, Adam, had 8 turnovers in that ball game. Impressive stuff from James Harden to get in his grill, be aggressive. Banchero had 7, if you want to check the notes. But 11 points in the first quarter for Banchero, 15 the rest of the way. He averaged 5 a quarter. I thought the Clippers overall, James Harden's ability to play with those physical guards who like to play a little more back to the basket, he's showing how impressive he can be on that side. The biggest thing for Harden, though, you mentioned 19 shots, 7 steals, and then keeping the turnover numbers pretty low for the Clippers as a team in that ball game.
Clippers would win 96-87, and they also needed to win the possession battle by virtue of the rebounding battle.
Ooh.
Clippers ended up with 47 boards to 32 for Orlando. They had 11 offensive rebounds, of which Ivica Zubats had 9 of.
Yeah.
That was a big-time gritty performance from him as well, being in the trenches and doing work.
Huge game from Big Zoo. Dominant in that area. You mentioned the 20 boards. Adam, he's coming off his highest scoring month of his NBA career. He averaged 20 points in the month of March. 20 points for Ivica Zubats. Let's remind ourselves. I mean, this is a guy who scored 20 sometimes last year. I think he did it at the times I could count on my hand. He had 20 points per average in a month. And then you mentioned the rebounding, 12 and a half this month, the third most in a single month in his career. And the Clippers are really honing in on that side of the ball. There was a little bit of slippage in the middle of the season after they were a top 2 defensive rebounding team percentage-wise all year long. But in that 4-game road trip, Adam, they out-rebounded their opponents by the average of 6.5. So their ability to dominate the glass, the only game they lost the rebounding battle was in Cleveland, and it was by 1, 45-44. So overall for this Clipper team, they got to get back to rebounding the ball. I know JVG is probably screaming at that through the phone. Hopefully he can get back soon to courtside. But the Clippers have to continue to be dominant on the boards because they're an offense that, yes, they've been better with Kawhi Leonard, but they rely on their defense. It is still their calling card. So to be able to rebound, make it one-and-done possessions for the opponent, that's when you put the pressure on. It's what Orlando did against the Clippers, and then the Clippers did it just a little better in Orlando.
Clippers looking to get back to work now, back in LA here at Intuit Dome. They're taking on the Pelicans. Tip-off is just 53 minutes away. Carlo Jimenez is on the call, and up next, he's got his one-on-one conversation with assistant coach Brian Shaw. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. I'll take it if nobody wants it. I mean, I'd just give it away anyways. Cut off the sleeves.
Double A. So what's up, man?
I feel like my mic is too low now.
Oh my gosh.
You're screaming, dude.
LA Clippers.
Clippers and Pelicans here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just about 50 minutes away. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. This is the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. It's Clippers Countdown. Still to come, we're going back in time and Clippers Rewind. But first, we're heading back over to your radio voice of the Clippers in Carlo Jimenez. Assistant coach Brian Shaw with Carlo Jimenez there pregame as we get set for the Clippers taking on the Pelicans here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off is just 47 minutes away. Still to come, we got Lauren Rosen joining the show, but up next, we're going back in time in Clippers Rewind right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Be sure to complete your full profile to unlock the full Intuit Dome experience. The LA Clippers Foundation Game Night Auction is online. Text Clippers to 76788 to bid on autograph items.
Adam, can you Juju? Huh? What does that mean, Carlo? Can you Juju?
I got nothing for you.
Juju bean?
Juju Watkins, their top 3-point shooter, just transferred.
We done with USC. I'm just playing, dog.
It's all good, man.
Carlo's so hurt, guys. That guy's legit sad. They had a good run. It sucks.
Yeah, man. You know, it's even worse when your close friends just turn that knife even
Oh my
closer.
God.
You think you have friends and they just turn in.
I only said it like that because it sounded like we're done with the 90s. We're done with it was dumb. It was dumb. I get it.
It's all good, man.
No, I get it. Guys, wait till you see. Can we turn down the return a little bit? Please? Turn down this guy too. Clippers tipping off here at Intuit Dome against the New Orleans Pelicans. We're just about 44 minutes away. Welcome back in. It's Clippers Countdown. I'm Adam Osland, still to come. We'll get to your player to watch. But first, we're going back in time in Clippers Rewind. And I believe we're going back to 2018 as I pull up the actual Clippers Rewind notes. because I don't want to miss this one. I know you guys don't want to either.
I don't want to miss
Got to
it.
make sure I get it right. Yeah, 2018. It was January 28th. Maze Runner, The Death Cure was at the top of the box office. I know you guys didn't miss that.
Nope.
I know you didn't miss this. Havana by Camila Cabello was everywhere on the radio, and I mean everywhere. And the Clippers were in New Orleans. Yeah. They were there.
By the Bayou.
That was the final shot taken by Blake Griffin. That dagger three there as a member of the Clippers. Finished with 27, 12, and 7. He was traded to the Detroit Pistons the very next day after giving the Clippers the eventual game winner there over the Pelicans. A place in New Orleans they've had trouble winning. A place here they've had trouble winning against the New Orleans Pelicans as well. That was back on January 28th of 2018. Tonight, Clippers here at Intuit Dome. Welcome in the Pels. Tip-off is 42 minutes away. Coming up next, we'll get your player to watch. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Secure your seats today at clippers.com/tickets.
If the Nuggets lose, the Lakers are going to have a real good chance of getting the 3 spot.
No. Unless the Lakers lose.
It's called the Russell Westbrook experience.
Man. That one hurt me.
Yeah,
Man,
you guys
nothing hurts me.
you guys want to see the text I got from Carlo last night? Right after
Hey,
that
read it
game?
out loud. Read it out loud.
My
My favorite thing about texting Adam is I know I don't have to give any context, and he knows exactly what I'm talking about. I could have, anything could have happened, really.
I mean, you started the first part of the text. You had a word, and then I finished it with the next word for that text. Kind of went together. It's not safe for even the internet airwaves, though.
Clippers talk after dark.
Join the Junior Clippers this spring break and play like a pro. This week-long camp hosted by Westwood Recreation Center is open to kids
That was the wildest game of the season.
of all skill levels.
What? Clippers Brooklyn in this building?
That was not the wildest game of the season.
You sure?
Our Darius Sanders said, I said we would win 55 games. I came pretty close. Go Clippers.
Whoa. Pretty
I think they're
close.
at 43 right now.
They're playing horseshoes.
There's 12 games away.
But
There's
I'm not
7
gonna knock
games
Darius
left.
for the confidence. I like it. Yeah, Darius, talk to me nice. Come on now.
It's our Darius.
I said that we're gonna win
Who I-
100
who
games.
I thought was a bot, but maybe not. Darius, you're close enough. Sure.
finishes in the foul. Here comes Kawhi Leonard.
Clippers taking on the New Orleans Pelicans here at Intuit Dome. Welcome back, Clipper Nation. The Dome is home, and we are 40 minutes away from tip-off. I'm Adam Osland. This is the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. Still to come, we got Lauren Rosen, your sideline reporter, courtside reporter, joining us. But first,
We've got some early birds in the house tonight. Shout out to our Clipper Nation Rewards members who arrived 30 minutes early and unlocked the early bird badge.
today I'm picking Stormin Norman Powell, who had an efficient 21 points on 8 of 14 shooting last time out against Orlando. He beat Zubas efficient out there, while some other guys struggled. Norman Powell, though, last few games, 34 points before that against Cleveland. Against Brooklyn, just 11 points, but they won by 32 anyways. Against the Knicks, another very good game, 19 points on just 12 shots out there. Starting to see a trend where in the month of March, As Norman Powell finally got healthy, played a limited amount of games, he ended up shooting 41% from the outside, 45% from the field. Starting to look more and more like pre-All-Star break Norman Powell. And that's what we want to see. I want to see it carry over into tonight's contest against the Pelicans. Let's see if Norman Powell can get off to a quick start in this one. Tip-off 38 minutes away here at Intuit Dome. Clippers, Pelicans coming up next. We got your injury report. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Oh. Because I'm injured, you know?
You're injured?
Yeah, my heart. Because you don't love me.
I made one comment about USC.
I know Jake loves me, though.
Really? Did he do a TikTok video with you earlier?
Yeah, he's done like 1,000 of them. Done 1,000.
Because I care, Adam. I care.
He does care.
Big bro cares if don't
You
nobody
know when
else
they
care.
say NBA cares? Big bro cares.
I
Yeah.
do. With my
Cares-
secret announcement earlier to you guys.
Woo! Bah, 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 bah,
I
bah.
care.
Yeah, did the confetti drop yet, or what's going on?
Oh, yeah?
Maybe. It did at the Laker game for
Let's
me
just
the
say
other
I
night.
changed my pants.
Wow. Chat, did you hear that?
Well, I was excited.
A little bit, huh?
Even Big Bro's mic is louder than mine.
I always bring it
Yeah,
back
but
up.
I'm not.
Oh my God!
You are the biggest diva today. Like,
For
Wait a
real.
second.
no,
Wait a second.
No, let me tell you. No, hold
Whoa,
on.
whoa, 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 whoa!
Hold on.
The sound is fine. You're deaf.
Okay, that may be true,
That
but
is true.
I'm hearing you guys really well.
I'm here. I'll turn myself down. Check. There you go. That should be better. If it's not too bad, that's what
Still
you're
too
getting.
loud. I can still hear Big Bro.
You know, I'm
It's
gonna
too
call
loud.
David Bartley and see if he can fill in for me right
Oh
now.
my God, he's screaming like a banshee. It's so loud.
All right, I'm going to eat. See ya!
Thank you.
Just play dead air. It's better than what Adam's saying right now. Anyway,
Okay, Jake. You know what?
I said what I said. I said what I said.
I just got.
I love you, Adam. I'm just kidding.
No, they heard that.
I don't care. I'm still kidding.
Clippers and Pelicans from Into a Dome. Tip-off is just about 36 minutes away. Welcome back. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Countdown. Still to come here. We got Lauren Rosen joining the show. But first, I want to get to your injury report. As always, it's brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks, download the app today and use code KLAC to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. For the Clippers, still no Amir Coffey, dealing with some knee swelling after he fell to the floor on the road trip. Looks like he's going to be monitored over the next 5 to 7 days and then will be reevaluated by the Clippers. Out for the New Orleans Pelicans in this one. Brandon Boston, former Clipper. Herb Jones, CJ McCollum, Trey Murphy III, Zion Williamson, DeJounte Murray. Did I mention Jordan Hawkins? They got a lot of guys out right now, including two guys they just shut down in CJ and Zion. Clippers, Pelicans coming up in 35 minutes. And while we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Up next, we get your courtside reporter in Lauren Rosen. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the official pregame show of your LA Clippers Countdown right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Mark Jag says he's roasting me. Adam the Diva. Here's the BS part. Carlo comes in. He's like, "Hey, Jake, could you do this for me?" No problem whatsoever. I asked for one thing. I'm a diva. Yeah.
But you always ask.
I do not always ask.
See,
I've been good.
Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling?
Because
See-
I have to
see,
be able
chat-
to hear myself.
See, chat, he yells at me. I didn't sign up for this. Vince Scully never yelled at me.
Oh, God.
Ralph Lawler never yelled at me. Nick Nixon's never yelled at me. But here comes Adam Oslin screaming at the top of his lungs.
I wasn't yelling. I was speaking
I
with
sure did.
authority. Okay.
I don't know if I can continue to do this. I don't
But
know.
yeah, keep name dropping, dude.
Yeah, I'll keep doing it. Noah Eagle never yelled at me. Brian Seaman never yelled at me. No,
Lauren
he's
Rosen's
never
going to
yelled
yell
at
at your ass.
me. Lauren's not going to yell at me either. But Adam Oslin loves to yell at people.
Would you mind turning on her mic, or am I allowed to ask you that? Lauren, would you mind yelling at Big Brother Jake Warner because he said that?
Never.
Oh.
No, I'm not here. I'm not here to
Are you listen to how
get
much
involved
louder
in
her
whatever
mic
beef
is.
this is.
Look at it. Listen to how much louder her mic is than mine. Am I lying?
You're seriously deaf. Like, I have you at a good level.
Look, it's called hearing impaired, bro. Get with the times.
Sounds like a personal problem. Yeah.
Hi, chat.
I
Can they
think
hear
Lauren
me?
just said mustard.
I did not. But I do understand the reference. Yeah, thank you. My God, huffing and puffing.
And we'll blow this house down. No, this foundation was built on rock. The Intuit Dome. It's going nowhere, but it's good to be back, Clipper Nation. Back home. The Dome is home, and we are just 32 minutes away from tip-off. Clippers taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. Coming up, we'll get to an NBA out-of-town scoreboard. But first, let's get back over to your courtside reporter in Lauren Rosen. Follow her at Lauren M. Rosen on all social media platforms, and especially on the TikTok, where she's looking to catch Carlo in the number of followers. Not an easy goal, but aim high. That is the way to do it.
It's
Lauren?
going to take me years, Adam, but I would love to somehow sniff the realm of Carlo's greatness. But here we are, back at home, back at the beautiful Intuit Dome. Great to be here. Great to see you. Great to see the chat here. Well, be in the ears of others, not in the chat. This is my favorite evening activity.
Well, I think we got Lauren for the next few nights, guys. So we're in good hands here in our Media Roundtable segment. Lauren, let's start with this. I want to go back to what happened in Orlando because that was a defensive slugfest, 96-87. And to me, the Clippers being the number 3 defense heading into that game, Orlando being number 2, the Clippers come out on top. They hold them to 87 points. Like, they proved a little something there defensively. They can play with anyone.
And they can pull away when it matters, Adam. That's what I really saw, not just first half defense. And obviously, I think if you had any qualms with how the trip went, you want the offense to fire a little bit quickly, early and often, right? But what I saw was a team that went up against 3.5 really good opponents on that trip and fought hard in all of them. Second night of a back-to-back, too, after not a short flight. Pretty impressive stuff across the board. But for me, it's the ability to pull away when it's really, really time to get a victory. And that's a great thing to develop in the month of March and, of course, in the month of April.
Clippers getting close to the postseason. The tournament is near. I felt like Kawhi Leonard was one of those guys that went pedal to metal in that fourth quarter, knocked down a couple of buckets to start the fourth, got up 22 shots. And to me, it was encouraging. Even on a night where he started 3 of 13, he kept firing. He kept the level of confidence out there.
And that's part of why the mental gymnastics that Kawhi Leonard has done to get himself to the level that he's on, perhaps the only one on his own level when it comes to mental clarity and calm in these big moments. He said it a few times. Slower shooting nights, slower shooting starts, they don't get to him at all because he's trained himself so well to stay calm, stay cool, stay collected in the regular season, in the playoffs, regardless of if he starts 10 for 10 or 0 for 10. He knows that those shots are going to fall. He trusts his work. And that being a theme really helps you trust somebody that you're going to need to trust, right? down the stretch, it's been great to see.
Slow is pro is the motto. It's been
Slow
working
is
for
pro.
him. Somebody with some quick hands in that ball game will be James Harden with his 7 steals out there. So he's 8 of 19 from the field with 20 points, but 7 steals, some big ones late on Banchero as well. James Harden showing off the defensive acumen there.
And when he got to 6, I immediately went to the box score and I said, is he going to get a triple-double tonight that includes steals? And, of course, not quite, but not entirely as far off as one might think. Put some respect on James Harden's defense. We've been saying it all season, but cool to see some folks giving him his well-earned props there, Adam.
Norman Powell is my player to watch. Spoiler alert. The chat already knows that. We'll get to Carlo's later. We'll get to yours a little bit, but I like what we're seeing from him from an offensive standpoint right now, where he's getting back to higher efficiency numbers now coming off the injuries.
I completely agree. And you know what? We said that he was due, right? Last time you and I sat here right before this 4-game road trip. Norman Powell was due to start looking like the Norman Powell we saw early in the season. He's such a buoy for this team. He's such a reason why they were able to be as great as they were prior to Kawhi Leonard's return. And then, of course, when you see on nights that they're all able to work together so well, that quartet that includes Norm and Big Zoo and James and Kawhi, and see them all be so productive and live in this really healthy ecosystem out there on the floor, it makes you wonder, how far can this team go, Adam?
They are talented. They are peaking at the right time. They have everything you need, including a big man like Big Zoo, who's getting 18 and 20 and averaging 20 and 12 in the month of March, his highest points per game average in a month ever. And now the campaign is really on. And I love the fact that everybody's supporting him tonight wearing the Ivica Zubac shirts.
The Ivica Zubac shirts, for those that are just listening, shout out, of course, to the Clippers PR team and then their social and content team for getting this out there. But an Ivica Zubac Defensive Player of the Year shirt. And Defensive Player of the Year, will he get there? I don't know, Adam. Should he be considered? Absolutely. Check the numbers. And should he fall short? Should he be on an all defensive team? Absolutely. Should he be all NBA? Probably. And listen, I know that might sound bullish, but we've been saying it all season long. And now slowly, as you listen to the national chatter, folks are starting to agree with us. So all I'm saying is if you bet on Big Zoo early, you made a good one. You made a good investment, as did the Clippers all those years ago.
So the Clippers also bet on a guy who they brought in this last offseason, and Derek Jones Jr., that he would keep up his hot three-point shooting from the playoffs last year with Dallas. It would translate into the regular season, and it has. He's shooting about 37% above league average. He offers so much more than that. Of course, the defense is spectacular, but I really like what he's offered offensively because they haven't had that vertical threat, and also a guy who you have to guard on the perimeter or else he'll make you pay.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Adam. You can't leave anyone on the floor open, it seems, when the Clippers have everyone available, when everyone is firing. I agree with everything you said about Derek Jones Jr., and I would expand this analysis to include Chris Dunn as well. What I saw on this road trip as I'm watching zoomed out, and I got to watch some of the broadcasts myself. I get to see all 5 of them the same way that the viewers at home see them, and you cannot leave anyone open. Chris Dunn proved it on this road trip. Derek Jones Jr. proved it on this road trip. When those are the players that you're going to let shoot, and they're going to, I mean, listen, it sounds simple. It's simple basketball, but if you get an open shot and you take it and you make it, you're going to win games over and over again. It's been awesome to see what DJ and Chris Dunn have added to this lineup all year.
One of those guys that they brought in midseason, Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's been knocking them down. He's at 40% now shooting-wise from 3 as a Clipper. And I saw a little Instagram post. I think it was on James Harden's page initially. All the guys are hanging out. The vibes are way up. They look pretty adorable in that picture. I just love the camaraderie on this team right now.
And listen, I know adorable is not the word that they would want to use to describe themselves, but it's how I felt when I saw the photo, Adam. Listen, going on the road, this life, I know that it's glamorized and there's tons of glamour there, but it's grueling. These guys are flying every day. They're getting in super late. They're playing in an NBA game that ends close to midnight, and then you have to wind yourself down, and you're awake, and then you're flying, and then you're playing again. It's really chaotic, and they're all grateful to be a part of it. I know that to be certain, but it's chaotic, right? So when you see a photo like that, that signifies with the very limited time, and I can tell you on the road there is very limited time, but when you see a photo like that, all you learn is that with that limited time, this is a team that wanted to spend some time together. There have been some birthdays celebrated recently. This is a group that's really embracing one another. And I loved everything I saw when I saw some photos of the guys out and about spending time together, presumably on this road trip.
If you talk to them, could you say I said they were tough in that photo? They look tough.
For
They
sure.
look
They look
hardcore.
tough. They look tough. Very tough.
Clippers taking on the Pelicans tonight. All right, my player to watch, Lauren. I'm going with Norman Powell. I want to see some more efficient numbers out there like we've seen over the last 5 games or so. Who's your player to watch?
Now, I'll commit to getting a little bit more creative as the homestand goes on, but I am going to do something I've done quite a few times on this program, Adam, and my player to watch is going to be none other than the man of the hour, Ivica Zubac, and here's why. When these teams last met in New Orleans, not so long ago, he was frustrated. He felt like he could have done more, but he didn't know how he could have done more. Everything was running through him. He had a great game. He took tons of responsibility down the stretch. The Clippers couldn't quite get over the edge on the road, as I remember it. This is a guy that walked out of the building frustrated, and you know that this is someone that's prideful. He wants to get the better of this team tonight. It is personal. I think Ivica Zubac is the star of the show this evening, as was the case when all the guys walked in their Ivica Zubac Depoy shirts this evening.
This time it's personal. Clippers taking on the Pelicans here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off is just about 23 minutes away. She's Lauren Rosen, your courtside reporter here. Follow her at Lauren M. Rosen on all social media platforms. Lauren, thanks again for coming on Clippers Talk.
See you guys soon.
It's Clippers Countdown. I'm Adam Osland. Coming up next, we got an NBA out-of-town scoreboard for you. Clippers and Pels tonight here at Intuit Dome, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. What up, chat? You got any questions for Lauren before she heads out?
I'm scared to talk. Say huffing and puffing again. I'm sorry. Rookie mistake.
You're good. You're good.
What's up, chat? Talk to me. I've missed you guys.
Chat, they got blessed today. They saw Brian Seaman on the screen. Now they get Lauren Rosen here.
I was going to make him come back. He already went downstairs, though, it seems.
They did have to look at Big Brother Jake Warner on the screen. Well, I'm just playing, bro.
Where the heck is Carlo? Is Carlo late for work?
He went to go eat, per usual.
What does he think he's doing?
My guy's getting more protein.
That's crazy. That's crazy town.
I'm a little bit concerned because the Pelicans have the Clippers numbers, but tonight, this is the one. The Clippers have to win this game.
Well, and I didn't want to be too aggressive, but I just remember Zoo's demeanor. He was not happy. You know what I mean? And that's what you want, right? The Clippers were the favorite. They fell short. He took it personally.
He shows it on his face sometimes
He
too.
does. He's extremely prideful. He loves to win, and that's gonna be it's gonna serve very positively.
He's probably my favorite Clipper. Like, I love Ivica
You're letting
Zubac.
the chat know that?
Yeah, I'm sorry,
You're going
guys.
on the record?
Look, it used to be Patrick Beverly, but Ivica Zubac is now
Aw.
our longest tenure Clipper, and I love him.
And
He's ours.
the two of them are besties.
Yeah, Pat Bev came to a freaking game in a Zubac jersey one time while he was playing for Minnesota. It was crazy.
They're adorable, those two.
I like Zubac had a great relationship with Luke Kennard. He used to call him Lukey Dookie.
He's super beloved. Listen, when I took this job, I was still in Philly. Not that many player overlap among the guys in Philly and the guys here, but the reputation, the amount of people that hit my line saying, "You're going to love Big Zoo. I can't believe you get to go work with Big Zoo." That was like, and I had never worked with him before. I didn't know. He has exceeded even the high expectations that were set for me. He's been fabulous.
He seems like the most down to earth, will give you the
So
longest
deeply normal.
answers. Yeah.
Loves his family, loves home, loves it here too.
The Euros kind of kick ass on this team, guys.
He's planning travel for his teammates. Is Ivica Zubac.
Clipper Nation, I'm Adam Osland. Welcome back in. It's Clippers Countdown. We're just about 19 minutes away from tip-off. Clippers taking on the Pelicans here at Intuit Dome. The Dome is home. You guys are back here. It's a 5-game homestand. Still to come, we're going to get back to Carlo Jimenez. But first, we got to get to your out-of-town scoreboard. And your drive around the league is brought to you by Toyota's electrified lineup, including hybrids, plug-in hybrids, all electrics, and even fuel cell electric vehicles. So you can choose exactly the type you need for your lifestyle. We make it easy. Some interesting scores here in the association where the Miami Heat won big earlier in Boston, 124-103. Tyler Hero, the All-Star, with 25 points in the victory. Kings would fall in D.C. to the Wizards 116 to 111, even with DeMar DeRozan having 29 points. And currently, the Denver Nuggets trail to the San Antonio Spurs in Denver by a score of 66 to 54. A couple others for you before you head out. The Dallas Mavericks, who are currently a play-in team right now in the West, they're up 94 to 88 with 143 left in the third quarter. Anthony Davis had to leave the game early on, but I think returned and has 25, 11, and 4. Why do I give you the Dallas Mavericks score? Because the Clippers have a back-to-back here at Intuit Dome on Friday, Saturday against the Mavericks. And one more for you. Rockets up big at home over the Jazz. Minute 15 left. They're going to win. They're up 139 to 100. Alperen Sengun is an assist shy of a triple-double. He's got 15, 14, and 9 assists. Coming up next, we got Carlo Jimenez as we're just 18 minutes away. Clippers, Pelicans, tip it off here at Intuit Dome. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Okay, if he doesn't show up, grab the headset. Guys, Carlo's slacking. Lauren says Pat Bev does sign everything. That's my guy. I love Pat Bev. He's a badass. So we do it for the people in the back. I wouldn't take it too far, but it's like a player to watch. Lord,
Sure.
She's never signed a Switch before.
As long as you guys have a silver Sharpie. What's my favorite game? Basketball.
I mean, like on the what NBA? She means NBA Jam, guys. You wanna grab the headset? Carlo's not back. What a bum.
He just texted me and asked if she was still on. I said she's off now. I don't know where he is.
Well, you better hurry up.
Mrs. Steal your job.
You already stole his player to watch. He wrote on a card earlier. He said
Did he
Zubats.
really?
Yeah, he did.
Rip. What do you guys usually talk about in this segment?
The opposition, and then whatever. Tip off from Intuit Dome. 16 minutes away. It's the Clippers taking on the Pelicans. Welcome back, Clipper Nation. And it's a treat because Carlo Jimenez apparently, I don't know, he picked up a fork and he couldn't put it down. He's in the media room just chowing down at the moment. So we still got Lauren Rosen here joining us on Clippers Countdown.
Listen, I'm told the best ability is availability. I'm here. I'm locked in. And I love to do it. So let's just act like we planned this.
You're like James Harden on the second night of a back-to-back playing another 50 minutes, you know?
I'll be there.
Clippers back home tonight in this one versus a struggling Pelicans team. But, Lauren, this has been a team that has been a thorn in the Clippers' side for years. Strangely, they always seem to have their number.
And the Clippers know that they are the better team this evening. They know that they have had more talent all season long than this Pelicans squad has. Credit to them for being as sparky as they have been all season long, right? For making the most of each of these matchups. But I do like the Clippers' chances back at home where they have been absolutely lethal since the All-Star break. I think we're going to like what we see, but you're absolutely right. This is a Pelicans team that deserves some respect.
I asked Coach Lou at the pregame show about Chris Dunn and DJ because many of the fans have been talking about who should be starting between these two guys. Well, it's one of those good problems to have because they're both very good at what they do. Chris Dunn being a defensive specialist, DJ offering a little bit more on the offensive side. But it sounded like Coach Lou really likes Chris Dunn as being that initial tone setter on defense, which he tends to be every night.
And he has been. I think that as we discussed, the fact that he is able to give James Harden some relief. We just spoke about it in jest, right? He's always available, chronically available, does not want to take any time off, despite his age, despite his minutes and his workload. But listen, having someone else on the floor that is able to be a primary ball handler in his own right in Chris Dunn, plus that defensive intensity that he brings, it's a really strong pairing. Of course, Derek Jones Jr. has done a fantastic job when he has been called upon to start, but adding Chris to the starting lineup and having Ben Simmons now also as a ball handling option, it's allowed James to continue shining even brighter than he did before these rotations were more firmed up. And I've loved watching Ty Lue tinker and tweak and now find something that's really been working.
Our old friend Noah Eagle would call him the chiropractor for all the adjustments that Coach Lue likes to make
I love
out
that.
there.
That's fabulous.
You mentioned Ben Simmons. We didn't see him last game. It was a back-to-back. He has added so much. You talked about the playmaking to this team because I think he's got something like 40 assists to 10 turnovers or something like that so far. The assist-to-turnover ratio has been special from him. But he's also somebody that can guard. Like, he adds to this team in multiple ways. He can play the backup five, but he can also handle the basketball. It just seems like one of those five-tool players you would say in baseball where they just have so many different ways to help you. And this Clippers team, they've needed him.
And listen, I have covered Ben for many years now, and what I've seen since he got here is a very mature Ben Simmons, a Ben Simmons that understands the assignment and is able to execute it, if not over-execute it, right? The standard has been perhaps lowered a little bit in terms of volume and in terms of expectations. So now he has an assignment that he can knock out of the park every night, Adam, and perhaps sometimes even over deliver, which has been awesome to see. He's brought a great spirit to the group. He has been easy to work with. He's happy to be here. It has been delightful to see sort of, and for those that don't know, I covered Ben for a little while in Philly, always had a great experience covering him in Philadelphia. Then of course split up for a few years and have come back together. Seeing the way he's grown up and taken so much responsibility and pride in what he is doing now for this Clippers team has been a real pleasure.
Another guy who's kind of that multi-talented Swiss Army knife. He's been doing it for some time now. I'm not calling him old. I'm not calling him James Harden. I'm calling him Nico Batum. While Brian Seaman has called James Harden St. James, I've been calling Nico St. Nick for some time because he hit a big shot on Christmas Day a few years ago for the Clippers.
Great
so
line.
It seemed appropriate. But Nico Batum is one of those guys that he goes out there, and no matter what lineup you put him with, no matter who you pair him with, he just always seems to win his minutes. I love that about him.
I'll take a page out of Ty Lue's book, Pregame, saying that what makes Nico Batum so special is on any given night, you can ask him to play 25 minutes, you can ask him to play 35 minutes, or you can ask him to play 5 minutes, and he will do a great job. Another guy that I covered in Philly a few years ago, a couple times, had 0 minutes, but was the inbounder for the team, right? So had a positive impact on the game, even with 0 minutes. Really impressive stuff. And of course, to see him now be nominated for Teammate of the Year, really special as well. So once we're done with the Zubats Defensive Player of the Year campaign, we got to go really hard on this Teammate of the Year campaign for Nico Batum.
We might get to Most Improved Player then with, well, I think Norman Powell would fall into that category, averaging almost 10 more points per game. There's a lot of guys that are up for awards this season with the Clippers, but their two-time finals MVP that they have, who's back to playing at that level in Kawhi Leonard. I always say this, Lauren, but they go as far as Kawhi takes them. But with the level he's playing at now, it's scary hours. Everybody around the league is now picking the Clippers as that dark horse to be a contender this season.
You know, I admire the way that Kawhi Leonard, and of course, as advertised, maintained his composure, maintained his calm, was so methodical, working his way back into this season, blocking out the noise, joining this group slowly, ramping into the group, right? Understanding, I remember he said it the day he came back. This is a team that's found ways to win. I don't want to distract from that. I want to add to that. And in time now, we've been able to see him become more of a focal point, right? But doing it in such a methodical way, such a strategic way. He's a pro's pro, and it's fantastic to see him out here playing at the level at which he's playing. It's been a breath of fresh air, honestly. So cool to see it up close and personal. He's one of the best, honestly, when he's at his best, to ever do it.
Well, some players would be labeled addition by subtraction. Kawhi's addition by addition. You're better in every way when he's out there on the floor. He strengthens all strengths. Clippers taking on the Pelicans tonight. Tip-off 9 minutes away here at Intuit Dome. She's Lauren Rosen, pulling double duty here on Clippers Countdown. Lauren, thanks again for doing this.
Thanks for having me. Always love to be here. I'll be back with you guys in a couple days.
Coming up next, we'll get to your keys to victory. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to Clippers Countdown right here on the Patriot AM 1150 and the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
So what, do I get to call the game now too? How's that work?
Well, that's Carlo's department, but I don't see why not.
I think, well, listen, what could go wrong? No, I'm kidding. We have the best in the business. Sitting to my left.
Carlo's upset, guys. If I didn't tick him off enough earlier.
What's he upset about, though?
Well, I made a comment about USC.
Oh.
And he's still upset about the girls losing and everything. And I shouldn't have done it. It was my fault.
Oh, Carlo, are you okay? Carlo, do you need a hug?
Carlo, why you look all teary-eyed, my guy? All right.
Listen, I could stay here all day, but I won't.
We appreciate you all the same. Chat, say goodbye to Lauren. Follow her at Lauren M. Rosen. Follow her.
You get lost or what?
I just couldn't hang on. It's fine. It's fine.
Hey, what do I make the caption?
At Tim McMahon. Did you hear how he pronounced it?
That's when I put my tweet out. If it's the bitch or
Way to go, Jason. Mark, how are they going to experiment?
All right, thanks. Bro.
What's up with you? What's new? Hanging?
Yeah.
Vibing? Are you dipping?
What, right now? No.
Before a game ends?
Before the game ends, maybe why?
Oh, my girlfriend's here. So.
Oh, okay. I'll text you.
Yeah.
I was planning to leave probably at the beginning of the fourth quarter, but if it's a good game, I might do it.
Okay. Let me know.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Clippers taking on the Pelicans. Tip-off is just 6 minutes away here on Clippers Countdown. Let's get to them. Back to your radio voice of the Clippers in Carlo Jimenez. All right, Carlo, you didn't get Wally pipped or anything like that. You're back. We got to get to it. So my player to watch was Norman Powell. Lauren Rosen's player to watch was Ivica Zubac. Who's your player to watch, Carlo?
Oh, my God. Guys, this is only funny because when Adam chose his player to watch, I pointed to a note card that I wrote down that said Zoo. As if to
I did not
claim-
tell her that.
As if to claim my stake. And here comes Lauren Rosen. First of all, taking our segment, which is,
No.
we don't have much time together, Adam, in general. I would love more. And now all of a sudden you just cut it short. It's just so sad.
Do you want to adjust your player to watch now, or are you going to pick the same one?
No, I got to adjust.
Okay. Carlo Jimenez, let him think through this. This is a big deal here.
Listen, I walked into a dome today, and there was a great warm smell, like a place that felt familiar. Almost like, Adam, you're walking down the street, you smell good bread, you walk in, you realize this is a French bakery. And that's why I'm going Nico Batum in this ball game. Give me the Frenchman. He has been hooking 54% from three his last 13 games, Adam. I'm no math major, but that seems pretty good from 22.9 feet away.
He's got Nico. I've got Norman Powell. We got the Clippers here at Intuit Dome taking on the New Orleans Pelicans, and Carlo is on the call next. Tip-off just minutes away. You're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Someone said, "Oh my God, baguettes out for Batum."
That's the kind of energy I'm on.
How's the food?
It was actually empty, which is why it took me a little longer.
Woo!
The pot roast was amazing, by the way.
I guess Jake polished it off, so you didn't get any. What?
Adam got beat up with a microphone.
Excuse me?
Let's battle.
I'm gonna beat you up with this microphone.
Chat, did you hear that?
Yep, loud
I'll
and clear.
describe it on
I
radio.
hope
That's
it's
called a
stereo,
threat.
too.
Oh, Adam's trying to fight back. He's getting destroyed. He can't even do it. Oh, Jake's kicking him. He's beating him with his eyes closed. Oh my God, Adam threw a punch. Oh, there's nothing but air.
All right, chat, I'm ending the stream.